Hello.
We're back.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit over a month. We've just been very busy with school.
Yes.
But I hope all of our millions of listeners are okay with that.
Yeah.
And
I hope you didn't miss us too much.
we're still figuring this out, you know. But we're having spring break right now. We don't have class, so we don't really have an excuse right now to not make time. And we saw the Oscar-winning movie Anora today.
Oh, yes.
And we have not spoken much about it because we wanted to tell you guys, our listeners, our thoughts at the same time as, like, we wanted you guys to hear our thoughts.
Yes.
Just in case you have or haven't seen the movie. By the way, we're gonna have, like, this podcast episode is gonna be filled with spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, go see it.
Go see it first and then come back.
Or if you don't care and want to know if it's worth watching, let's just say it is worth watching.
Yes. Maybe like read up on what it's about at least, so you're not really confused, because it's a crazy one. Let me just say.
And we're kind of multitasking because we also are making a carrot cake as we're doing this episode, because we don't really have time, because I leave town for a few days and then it's just school. So it's 1 a.m. and we're making a carrot cake.
Yeah! And we're not doing it blind.
No.
Or deaf. But
you do not get a video for this one, I'm sorry, but you will get to experience all of our noises. And, you know, we're going to switch topics from cups of this, cups of that. Oh, by the way, that one guy, he pissed me off. You know what? Whatever. It's just going to be a roller coaster, guys. And we're on the roller coaster of life, so come ride with us. All hands and feet outside of the cart at all times.
Yep.
Grab a snack, grab a drink.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a long one, a chaotic one.
Like, tuck yourself into bed.
Yeah.
Whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, we should probably get started.
Okay.
So.
Wait, hold on. What do we need to do first for the carrot cake?
Okay, probably. I don't want to preheat the oven yet because I feel like it's going to take us a long time until we get there.
Okay.
So
do we need a bowl?
Yeah, we're going to need flour, baking soda. I'll get that.
Is the orange one okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where we want to do. Sorry. We are trying to get everything positioned. Okay, so, Anora.
What are your thoughts? First, what were your thoughts going into it? And then, like, how were your opinions different, like, coming out of it?
Okay, well, going into it, I knew it was Oscar winning, so I was expecting an Oscar award winning movie. And boy, did I expect an Oscar award winning movie. Okay, it was crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Mikey Madison, you are amazing.
And this is like her first.
Well, actually, no, she's had other. It's
well,
not
big.
Like,
Like she's the main lead.
Yeah. But oh my God, you are amazing, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too.
Big fan.
But let me just say that I had a different, and maybe it's been a while since I watched the trailer, but I had a very different impression of what was going on. Like, from what I remember the trailer being, I thought it was going to be like, I knew he was from Russia, and I knew he came to America, but I thought it was like his family was part of the mafia, and they were going to come and take him because they were upset that, like, I knew he got married. I think that was in the trailer. But I thought that they came to get him, but, like, that they were going to shoot up his house or whatever, and they were going to get kidnapped or something, and I thought it was going to be, like, the main guy and girl, like, fighting for their love, the whole thing. You know, and that's very much not what happened.
Oh, no.
I'm not upset about how... I mean, like, yeah, the dude pissed me off, but, like, I thought that it was going in a very different direction. But, like, I was pleasantly surprised. But let me say, I did see the very last scene. I saw a clip of it on Instagram.
No, me too. Yeah.
And when the scene started, I was like, I'm pretty sure she ends up crying, but I don't know when. And people were commenting that like that was one of their favorite scenes in the movie. No, and I was like, wow, that was a really deep.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I was like,
scene.
I was confused at first too, because I was like, what's going on? Is she like conflicted? Is she,
yeah.
Like, what is she feeling? And then as soon as she started crying, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll start from the beginning. What are your...
Okay, so...
what's on your chest?
At the beginning, okay. Girl,
I mean, just like, what are the... You didn't have to start from the beginning of the movie, literally. I just mean, like, what do you want to talk about first? Because we can't talk about the end of the movie first, even though we kind of already did.
I want to talk about, Ivan.
Right.
What a interesting specimen.
What were your opinions, like, at the beginning, like, before the climax?
I honestly thought he was, like, a genuine person. I thought,
like... Me as well.
I don't know.
Like, at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this guy. He's, like, very, you know, scrawny, but he's kind of funny. And, you know, maybe sometimes his hair looks nice.
Yeah. Like, he was, like, a cute little kid.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, he would actually, like, be genuine with, like, his love and...
Yeah.
And, you know, be so caring and so kind.
And I was really happy for Annie, that's the main girl's name, because I was like, wow, like, she's had such a tough life. Maybe he's gonna, like, really help her out. And she... At first, I thought she was just marrying him for money. Like, I didn't think she liked him like that because she never said the words, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, he said them.
But he said them. I'm like, I got so excited and so like, what?
Yeah.
See? So imagine what happened when he was like 180 everything. Yeah. I'm like, this little...
No. Little snitch. Like, him, near the end of the movie, was a very different person.
Yeah.
And he was really just pissing me off with every single action that he did.
Yeah.
Like, immediately when he ran from the house, when everything went down, I was like, no way. Like, he's not who I thought he was.
Yeah.
And that's when she was realizing he's not who she thought he was.
You know, yeah. I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Like so bad. And the thing is, at the beginning, I didn't think, like, she didn't really display, like, affection towards him as well either. You know, it was just like another one of her like clients.
Yeah. But to specify, she was not a prostitute. She worked at a strip club. So I don't think it was normal for her to sleep with clients. No. Yeah. But she was doing it with him because I think partially it was like, you know, she knew he had a lot of money, but also he was nice to her.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm assuming she felt pretty safe with him and stuff.
Yeah. No. And in that party scene, I think that's the scene where, like, she, like, felt something for him.
Which party scene?
The first one. Like, the only one.
Oh, like the New Year's party at his house. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's Vegas too, I guess. But yeah, it was that moment where she was like, oh, like, I think I really like this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, this isn't just a client, this is something real.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I felt really bad for her.
Yeah.
But...
And then, okay, we're kind of jumping around, but basically, his family finds out that he's married. They send these guys. So the movie is like a roller coaster of emotions, but that whole, like, after that whole fighting scene happened, it was so funny. Yeah, it was like everything was so funny. We physically, like, we were laughing out loud. There were like 4 other people in the theater. I didn't really hear them laugh.
Oh no, they were laughing.
Okay, but I feel like you and I were laughing
a lot. So, okay, backstory. So, these, Ani and Ivan, they both get married, right? They
in
get
Vegas.
married in Vegas.
He proposes, and she thinks he's, like,
like
not
messing
being
with
for
her.
real.
Yeah.
But then she's like, okay, because he said he has to go back to Russia, and the only way he won't need to go back is if he gets married. And then she's like, oh, okay, so go get married. And then they talk about who they would get married to, and then he was like, you. Like, he listed several people, but then he listed you, and then she was like, haha, you're so funny, like, don't do this to me.
Yeah.
And he was actually like, no, like, let's actually get married. And so they do. And that was cute.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And then, I don't remember how they found out. Pictures? Like, they saw pictures?
The guy was on the phone, was like, it's just rumors. I don't know. I think they just heard around.
Because I don't think Yvonne told anybody.
No.
But the girl was under the impression that he did tell his parents.
Yeah. No, the girl's like, oh yeah, the parents know. They think that they're going to be very welcoming for me. And I'm going to be so happy. And
yeah, and she's very hopeful because, like, she doesn't have a great home situation. I don't think they ever told us really what happened to her family. But she lives with, I'm assuming, a roommate. And maybe the roommate's boyfriend or maybe the roommate's boyfriend.
I thought it was her sister. Was it not?
No, she was like, I thought the sister lives with the parents in Miami.
Oh.
Or it was, I don't know.
They
didn't really specify.
Yeah. But it was another girl.
Yeah.
And she did not look happy. It was so, like, shocking to see the two sides of her. Because, like, I don't know which one was the mask. Was it, like, her in the strip club?
Yeah.
Or her...
I mean, I think her in the strip club, she has to obviously put a spot, like, she has to be smiley and stuff.
Yeah.
But when she hung out with her friend, Lulu or whatever,
yeah,
like, I think that was her true self.
Yeah.
And that's kind of similar to how she acted at the club, but, like, at the club, she was trying to get clients, you know?
Yeah, okay.
But at home, I just think she just wasn't happy with her home
she looked
life.
super depressed, and I was like, oh my god.
Sorry, there's a lot of crinkling. I'm trying to open the brown sugar.
Do you need scissors?
What the heck is this?
I'm gonna get you some scissors.
Seal strip. Oh my god, that's so cool. It's for when you cut it, and then it's a resealable thing, and you can stick it back and close it.
Oh.
Why don't more things have... This is the first time I've gotten this sugar before. Sorry. Revelation over here.
Anyway, yeah, so I thought that was really interesting that we saw, like, different sides of her.
Yeah.
It really showed, like, depth in her character.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And anyway, they have a lot of fun, and he spends a lot of money. Then after they get married, he spends a lot of money on her and, like, gets her clothes and gets her
ring.
A really nice ring.
The ring is important, y'all.
The ring is important. Keep that in mind. And anyway, so these guys that the parents sent come over. There's one bald guy, one older guy who's like a priest who... I don't know what he... I have no idea. He was just some, like, church attire.
Yeah,
but they stopped the baptism or whatever because he left.
Yeah.
So he's got to be important.
Something. I wasn't sure. Yeah, there's that guy, and then there's Garnik, which is his, like, I don't know, sidekick?
Yeah. Garnik comes with Igor. Igor is the bald guy. And the priest guy comes... Toros. He comes on his own. A little bit after everybody. But the whole point is that when those two guys show up and they tell Yvonne that the parents are coming, that, like, everything is... Like, he messed everything up. His parents are super pissed. He gets really scared and he runs away, leaving Annie at his mansion with these two random guys. I mean, they're not random to him. At least Garnik wasn't random. He knew him, but I don't know if he knew the ball.
The other guy, I'm not sure either.
But the whole point is that he literally ditches Annie and just runs for his life. I guess, like, self-preservation mode kicked in. But then Annie's left here and she's trying... Like, she still has hope that, like, they won't have to get a divorce, because that's what the two guys said. They came and they're like, you're getting a divorce.
Yeah, you're getting a divorce, no questions asked.
Blah, 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 you're coming back to Russia, like, to Iran. And so the girl was super confused, and she's like, no, none of this is happening. It's going to be fine. Like, I need to talk to him, whatever. But then she starts fighting for her life to get out.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of funny because Igor tries to, like, hold her down, but he's being very obviously like not trying to hurt her. He just doesn't want her to leave, so he's physically doing anything with his body to not let her leave.
Right.
But then she bites him, and it's a whole thing, and it's really, really funny and entertaining.
Yeah, no, that whole sequence was just like...
And then she, like, punched and broke Garnick's nose. And then there were two babies just, like, struggling to handle this one girl, and it's so funny, because when the priest comes, he's like, what is this? Because all the vases were destroyed, everything was knocked down, lamps were on the ground.
This little girl beat you two up?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, and she's like, well, she doesn't fight like a little girl. It was so funny.
And it's so much better with their accents and when they're saying it in Russian. It's just like, it's like 100 times funnier.
And I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but like I really enjoyed it. Like I understood, you know, both of the... Because they speak in Russian a lot, and I kind of like that I could understand them. Like, I think that was cool.
Our reactions were not delayed.
No. And it's important, like, to know that, like, to see the words, like, the subtitles on the screen is different, but to understand the tone they said it in is really funny. Like, the way that they say certain words. But, yeah.
No, that whole thing was so funny. And immediately when he pulled up, I noticed this like between the both of us. When Garnick broke his nose, he goes to the freezer to find an ice pack. He pulls out a bag of Pimeni. And he puts it, and Nicole and I, we start dying. We're just like, oh
because
my
like
God.
Of course that's the only thing that's in the freezer.
Yeah. It's like, literally, I've had to do that on so many occasions. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was really funny.
But
also, I don't know if this is random, but like, the man did not hold it on his nose. He held it on his forehead. He was like, oh my nose, and puts it on his forehead. It was like on his forehead the whole time.
So stupid.
Can I be honest? I thought he was gonna die. I thought he had such a bad concussion. I was like, when he started throwing up, by the way, Igor gave him like these medicine, and he was like, oh yeah, don't take all of them. Gives him these random white pills, who knows what they were. He's like, yeah, don't take all of them. What does the man do? He takes all of them.
He takes all of them.
But freaking swallows them, and just like carries on, doo-doo-doo. And then he like later on, he just like walks wobbly, and then he throws up in the car. I thought he was gonna overdose. I thought he was gonna die.
Was a cinematic masterpiece, okay?
Bro, it was so much throw up.
It was so
How did they film that? I don't know.
It was so crazy.
It looked so
like,
real.
Whoa. But yeah, and then the reaction in the car.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Armenian men, ruthless. Old Armenian men. They will do whatever they can to get it their way.
But like after that point, after she broke his nose, he started acting like such a baby in like a funny way. Like the way he said things, he was so defeated. He was like, "Oh, can we go to the hospital? I think I have a concussion. Oh, in this cold, I mean, it's so cold out here. You want me to walk?"
You know, that's an accurate representation, though.
Yeah. You said that.
Yeah. If any like even just guy, even regular men, if they're like hurt or sick in some way, they'll act like babies. And this guy represents all men and Armenian men as well. And he did such a great performance.
Yeah, so the actor was actually Armenian, and the main actor was actually Russian, and so was Igor. He was also Russian as well. Anyway, then they look for Ivan, all four of them. The priest guy, the Garnick guy, Igor, and the girl. And I guess, I mean, I like observing all the characters, but like I kept looking at how Igor kept looking at Annie.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And he looked at her in such like a, I wouldn't say that he like likes her from the start, but he was very gentle with her, and he was very caring in a way of like, he didn't try to make it seem overbearing, but he would just do little things. Like ask her about stuff, like he asked her about her coat or whatever, like what's your coat made of? He was just trying to make conversation because he could see that she was like visibly stressed out and all of that.
I thought this one of the scenes with them together that I thought was pretty cute was when they were like walking out. I don't know where they were, but it was like they were trying to look for him, and it was really cold outside, and they were like walking to the car, and you can see that she's visibly cold, and he's like, I have the scarf for you, do you want it?
Yeah.
And he's like, of course you have the scarf, that same scarf that you like tied me up with and shut my mouth with.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have it, and you look cold. And she eventually takes it, but I thought that was like a cute moment.
Yeah, and they kept emphasizing that he would like walk behind her.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute, kind of like protective vibes.
And he really like, I don't know, he didn't have like a reason to be protective over her.
Yeah,
so genuine.
that wasn't
like
his
this girl
job.
literally bit him, punched him, whatever, and just like, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of want to like learn more about that. I'll be
learn more about what?
Like why he was so. Is it just him?
Yeah. But then why is he in that line of work?
Yeah.
Like
What's his background?
He seems like such a good person. I don't know. They should make a spin-off movie. Tell us about his life.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah. And then they find Yvonne. He is drunk as heck, and he is at the strip club that Annie used to work at, like fooling around with another girl, and all that pissed me off.
Oh yeah.
And then she tried to talk to him, and she still had hope at that point in time.
Oh, yeah. This poor girl.
She was trying to get to him, like tell him that we won't get a divorce, like we're gonna be fine. Yeah, you do something, Hasmik. By the way, guys, I've mixed all the dry ingredients in, by the way, and Hasmik is just standing and smiling.
Talking. Do we need liquid?
Yeah, first let's do,
oh, we put in the carrots first?
well, I don't know if it matters. I did all the dry ingredients. We need 2 1/3 cup of carrot.
Okay.
So here,
I got it.
And all right, there's your third.
That ain't a third.
Just a little bit more.
Anyway.
Right, so they find him. He's being very unserious. I mean, I partially think it's because he was scared about the whole situation. Partially he was drunk
Out of his mind.
and he just wasn't taking the situation seriously. And you could just see, or I paid attention to Igor in the background and how like concerned he was, and he was looking like he was really pissed off at Ivan, like that he was behaving this way, and that, you know, this whole situation was going on. And then when they were starting to leave the club, Annie gets into a fight with the girl who was messing around with Yvonne. And when they started getting hot and heavy, Igor jumps in and like pulls them apart and like shields her away from the other girl, and I thought that was kind of cool of him to do.
Yeah.
But that girl was not a nice person.
Oh my god.
She annoyed me from the get-go.
No, me too.
And I don't know what her problem was with Annie. Like, I think she literally was just jealous.
Yeah, no.
She was saying how their marriage wasn't gonna last, which, okay, sure, it didn't last, but it wasn't because...
But who need, like, it's none of her business that it lasted or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, she was definitely very much jealous.
Yeah. And then, so they get in the car, and then they try to get it annulled, but then they realize that they can't get it annulled in the state that they're in. What state are they in?
New York.
Oh. Okay.
It's a Staten Island.
Oh, yeah. Annie has a very New York accent. But, so they got married in Vegas, so they could not get it annulled in New York. They could only get a divorce, I guess. Or they could only file for an annulment, but they couldn't get the actual annulment there.
Yeah.
So then they fly to Vegas, and they meet, or before they fly to Vegas, they meet Yvonne's parents.
Oh my god.
And boy, are they a joy.
The dad is so unserious, by the way.
Yeah, the dad...
I thought he would be the most pissed one. Of course not. It's always the mother who's the most pissed.
Yeah, and the mom was, like, really annoying because... Yes, she was mad at him, but then she was also treating him like a baby, like a little bit, like the way she was talking to him. But then she was also saying, like, you shamed this family. But then, you know, he was making, like, little comments, and she was talking to him like he was 5 years old. And I was just like, wow, this is a really interesting mother-son relationship.
Yeah.
And then at this point, still, Annie has hope, and she tries to introduce herself to the mom. God. I was like, no, girl, why are you doing this? Like, this is not going to end well. And she tries to be so, like, respectful and be like, it's so nice to meet you. Da-da-da. And that girl just totally disrespects Annie and says, like, you guys are not married. He does not love you. He's, like, you guys are nothing. Whatever. You're not a part of his family. And stuff like that. And that happened. And then they get on a plane to go to Nevada.
Oh, let's talk about how like literally right before they get on the plane, she's trying to literally talk to Yvonne.
Oh, like, my God! Yes. You can. Do you want to talk about that scene?
We're not getting a divorce, right? Like, this isn't happening. We're staying together. We're gonna be married. You're gonna tell your parents this, right?
Yeah.
And he's still not, like, completely sober, but, like, sober enough to be like, no, we're getting a divorce because my parents said so.
Yeah.
And that moment, she, like, frozen. She's like, what in the actual hell? What? All this time you were like, yeah, like, F my parents, they're such a-holes, yeah. Like, yeah, let's stay married.
It was only until that moment when I think she lost all her hope. And it was really, like, his tone, like, I gave him a slight pass when he was intoxicated. Like, I thought he was going to sober up and be like, no, I still love you, like, we're going to figure this out, or whatever. Like, I'm sorry I disappeared. I thought some form of apology would come out of that little boy's mouth. But no, on the plane, he was like, what do you want me to say? Oh, that line pissed me off to my core. I was like, what do you mean, what do you want me to say? All of this stuff happened and you're going to pretend like you didn't do anything wrong? Yeah. Like how this situation is totally not
like you're the
normal?
Victim?
Yeah. And meanwhile, all this is happening. Igor is, like, standing... Okay, Hasmik just powdered herself with flour.
So I'm only just mixing it. I really don't know what to do next.
Yeah, okay, give me a second. I'll look at the ingredients. Okay, we need 2 vegan eggs. Okay, let's do half a cup of oil first. I'll get the oil.
But...
And so then Yvonne goes and sits in the plane, and Annie's still outside of the plane, and she's refusing to get on the plane. And then the mom sees that she's not getting on the plane, and she's like, you better get on this plane. And she's like, I'm not getting on this plane. I want to hire a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And then the mom is, like, threatening her, saying, like, if she does get a lawyer, then she's going to lose everything she has in her family. The lives of her family and friends are going to be destroyed and whatever.
But then did you see what she did after that, though?
What do you
She
mean?
literally looks at Igor and winks.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Wait, who winks?
The mother winks at Igor, like, as like, yeah, that isn't gonna happen. But she's saying it to scare Ani off.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, she winked. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this little bee!
Bro, no.
This little bee!
I wish I saw that. No, the only thing I saw was when Anora was saying that she's gonna get a lawyer and everything. I saw Igor smile, like he was happy that, like, she was standing up for herself, I guess.
Yeah.
And then when the mom started talking, then Igor got really, like, straight faced and sad and stuff.
No, because, like, what could the mom do?
I was just thinking, I'm like, well, what, like, that they have a better lawyer because they have more money, so they can.
I mean, yeah.
And then they know more people that can scare them off or whatever. That's kind of what I was thinking.
I don't know if that was what the wink was, but whatever. She did wink, and it really made me mad. Mm-hmm. Because, like, the audacity.
Yeah.
This is your son's doing. Why don't you go and tell your son to, you know, be a human?
Yeah.
Because, honestly, it just reflects the parents, you know, how the children behave.
Yeah.
So.
And kind of from what I got was that the dad is not very involved and the mom is she's like overbearing, but also she treats him like a kid. It's like two very contrasting things.
No, the dad doesn't do anything at all.
No. The dad is just there for like vibes.
Yeah. He literally just starts laughing and that's it. He just starts laughing. I thought.
Yeah, and so anyway, so on the plane, right? Everybody's arguing, and then Ivan calls. By the way, how we prefaced how Annie is not a prostitute, but everyone in his family kept referring to her as a prostitute, and the two of the guys were referring to her as a prostitute. I don't think Igor ever called her a prostitute, but the other two definitely did, and the mom was calling Annie a prostitute, and then Ivan calls her a prostitute, and that's when I was like, no, this boy did not just say that. And she was on the other side of the plane, and she stands up and she starts, she talks back, and she's like, I'm happy I'm getting a divorce from you. You're such a baby. You're like so pathetic, blah, blah, blah. And she's like shaking, and she sits down, and Igor's sitting next to her. And he doesn't say anything, but he like looks over at her, and then he like pours a glass of water and then like gives it to her, and that was very sweet. He didn't even like look at her. He was just like,
girl, that wasn't water.
Oh, you thought it was vodka? I didn't know. I couldn't tell.
Nah, that wasn't water. That was pure liqueur. That was vodka.
Okay. Well, either way, the gesture was nice.
Yes. He like always comes at the right time. Doesn't say a peep.
Yeah.
But he knows what to do.
Yeah.
We all need an Igor.
And, then they get to the annulment place. And that was really an interesting scene because everyone is still very on edge.
Yeah.
And then as Annie signs the papers, she's like standing right next to Ivan, and I don't remember what No, she didn't ask him to apologize. I don't remember what she said. Do you remember what she said, like, right before she signed the papers? Like, look at me. Look at me was another time. Or was it look at me?
I don't remember what she said.
But, like, he took his sunglasses off and then he put them back on or something. I don't remember. But anyway, she signed the papers. She walks a little bit away. And then Igor, like, as soon as they're about to leave...
Sorry.
Igor goes like, he says that it would be nice if Ivan could apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like so out of his way to do and very unexpected because like he works for that family and he was being very much on her side. And then the mom was like, Ivan is apologizing to nobody, blah blah blah. Ivan doesn't say a peep. It's like he's not there. It's like he's deaf. And because, well, in his mind, what does he need to apologize for?
Yeah.
He was saying he was embarrassed, or whenever his parents came, and the mom was commenting on him, like how he's drunk, and he was like, "Please, I'm embarrassed." And she was like, "You're embarrassed?"
Yeah, no.
Like he was just being a spoiled little brat.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then they leave, and then. Basically, the priest guy, he tells Annie that, once this gets annulled, because it's like a green card marriage, they're going to give Annie the price of a green card, which I guess is $10,000.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that. But he was like, yeah, that's the only thing you'll get out of this. Blah, blah, blah. It's what's fair. And so he lets Annie and Igor stay at Ivan's mansion for one night.
I want to talk about their interaction during that last part of the movie at the mansion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't confused. I was just really interested in their dialogue and how they were talking to each other.
Yeah.
Because they seemed friendly, and then Annie was
she was very closed off.
Yeah.
But I could see in his eyes he was trying to flirt with her.
Not even flirt, just try to get closer to open her up, or
at least cheer her up.
Yeah,
he was trying to be lighthearted.
Yeah.
and she turned him down for a while, as in like she just didn't want to talk to him. Like she was like, I don't want to have a conversation with you or whatever.
Yeah. And then another interesting dialogue between them is like when I don't know who brought it up, but she was like, well, why didn't you like want to rape me or something like that? Oh, you remember that?
Yeah, because so they like have an argument over who assaulted who or whatever whenever the guys first came, and he was like, I did not assault you, and she was like, I don't know what you would call that. What do you have to say for all these bruises on me? And can I say something that I noticed throughout the movie, that she had a lot of bruises on her body, and I thought that was going to be another storyline or something. But then he points it out that like I think he's seen it too, like her bruises, and he's like, you have sensitive skin, that's why.
You know, fun fact, I watch a bunch of like interviews with the cast. Mikey Madison says that she actually bruises really easily. And so even on top of the bruises that were like shown, they had to put makeup on it to cover it because it looked like 10 times worse apparently.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's random.
But yeah, no, I like how they mentioned it too. I don't know, I thought it was like, it showed like how like attentive Igor is.
Yeah. And then he says like he was so shocked by her statement of like, why didn't you rape me? Because I think in his head he was like, why would I would never rape you. Why would you say that? Like, why would I ever want to do that?
Yeah.
And there's a joke, I don't want to say it out here, but she said something, or she called him something, and he was confused on what it meant, and then she like gives a call back. The F word that I'm not gonna say.
Oh,
like you're an F word, B word.
Yeah.
And that's kind of funny, but like she's very serious when she says that. But like the way that she said it, you could tell she was trying to like hit him back with a joke. And then she goes upstairs like for the night. And then I thought she was just gonna go to bed, but she brings him a blanket, which was very sweet because it shows that she thinks about him a little bit.
Yeah, after everything.
Yeah.
Oh, another favorite part of that scene. Toosh.
Oh yeah. He tries to say touche, and he says Toosh. That's very cute. I've never touche is not very like in my vocabulary, but I think I'm gonna try to say it now, just because it's funny.
Toosh. But yeah, I love that scene. I think that was one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Like the interaction between the both of them.
Yeah.
I agree. And then what? They go to the bank.
Yeah.
They get the money,
and he drives her to her house. This is where her stuff gets really interesting.
Yeah. So like, I might read more about this, but she like okay, the ring. Right?
Oh, okay. So when the three guys came to the house and whatever and tied her up, the priest for some reason took the ring, or she was like, no, I have a husband. Ivan is my husband. Look, he gave me this ring. And I don't understand why he wanted the ring off of her so badly in that moment, but he told Igor to take the ring off of her, which was kind of random, but whatever. She tried to fight really hard, but they got it off of her, and he stuck it in his pocket, and we didn't see it for the rest of the movie until when he takes her back to the house, and he just pulls it out of his pocket, and I'm like, oh my god, like she has, I don't know how he got it, but he has the ring, and the look on her face is priceless, because I mean, I'm sure it was also probably an emotional thing, but also she can sell that for so much money. And I think that was like a big deal, that he was really trying to help her out. Well, that's the oven, guys.
You know what I thought was funny was that all this time she was looking for Yvonne to be like the one to help her out and find her happiness and her freedom and yada yada to escape whatever she's been living in. But after all that time, it was just Igor, the one helping her out.
Yeah.
Which I also like. Funny comparison.
Yeah. Hold on, before we continue talking, there are no more ingredients on this list. I don't really. Should we add some milk?
Yes, it needs liquid.
It doesn't have any on the recipe. I don't know if it's just supposed to be like really crumbly.
How much egg replacer does it say?
It was 2 eggs, and I put 2 eggs.
Yeah, no, girl, we need some liquid up in there.
Okay. Just get. Just a little bit. It tastes good. It's not fine against our stomachs. You're gonna find out.
Excuse our fridge.
I've never made carrot cake before. Have you?
No.
We've just had an urge to make carrot cake.
I really
I've been
hope
craving
this turns
it.
out well because I'm not gonna be really sad if it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just very crumbly. And also I think it might be different texture because these carrots are already grated. I think like if we grated them ourselves, they'd have more moisture.
Oh, I agree.
Because these are very sticks and they're not being very bendy. But anyway, that's something for next time. Anyway, so they're in the car. She's kind of shell-shocked after he gives her the ring and doesn't really say anything, but he gets out of the car and he like takes her luggage to her front door, and I think he's expecting that she will just like follow him up and that, you know, she'll say bye. That doesn't happen. You want to
No, it doesn't
continue?
happen. Instead,
he sees that she's not getting out.
yeah, and he or she literally climbs on top of him and starts
Doing stuff. No words exchanged, by the way.
No words, no consent, nothing.
No, they just kind of look at each other.
They look at each other and she goes and does stuff explicit. We're not saying what she's doing, but you know,
Go watch the movie.
And they're just looking. And he gives no reaction whatsoever. Like, no expression on his face.
Wait, but can I say something? I think I need to watch it again to, like, prove if I'm right or not. But I think that whenever Annie would sleep with Yvonne... No, I think it's fine. I'm just trying to mix it some more. That whenever she slept with Yvonne... Or every time she does stuff with Yvonne, that it wasn't very, like, emotional. Like, it didn't look like what they were doing was emotional. It just looked like they were doing it to do it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he ever, like, really looked in her eyes in, like, an emotional way. And even though Igor didn't give a facial, like, emotional response, he was looking in her eyes, like, the whole time. So I thought that was, like, a sign that he really liked her. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's just like going down on him and just like doing all these kinds of things and just like staring at her this entire time. And she's trying to progress it for some reason. I don't know if she's doing it to feel something.
You know what I think it is? So I think that she, because of her work and stuff, I think she doesn't know how to say thank you maybe, and that was her way of saying thank you. Because she always does things like through sexual acts. And so that was like her first instinct was to do that.
That makes sense.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so I guess she thanks him. And then after a little while, she like stops.
Or he tries to kiss her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was very strained.
Yeah. She started fighting him.
Yeah.
And she like shoving him away like she didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Which I also think is just like part of her, like that's what she's used to, because like you don't be kissing people at like strip clubs, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he tries to kiss her, and obviously it doesn't happen. But then right after that, like almost immediately, she just starts bawling.
Yeah, she's
her eyes out.
crying.
And of course, what he does is he goes and comforts her.
Yeah, and he just holds her.
And he holds her.
No words exchanged still.
Yeah, nothing.
She's just crying.
That silence is powerful.
And that was the last scene.
And that was it.
And it was raining, by the way, outside during this scene.
Snowing.
But no. Yeah, whatever, it was snowing, but you could hear the windshield wipers, and into the end credits of the movie, you just hear the windshield wipers.
Yeah. What I wanted to mention towards the end credits, it's interesting how they didn't decide to put a song.
Yeah, I even made a comment of like, it's so quiet in here.
It's so quiet. And it kind of disturbed me a little bit. I don't know if that was like the goal, but it
disturbed you in what way?
It just like,
it just made me think of like what I just watched.
I don't know. I guess it wasn't disturbing. It's just like, usually I don't really think much about a movie after I watch it, unless it's like something like
We Live in Time. I thought about.
Oh yeah, that of course.
Like this kind of reminds me of that movie.
Yeah,
and the ending of like thinking about like.
Yeah. But the way they like decided to put no music, it was just like dead silent, and I'm just like sitting there like watching these names go up on the screen and just thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that kind of disturbed me, not like the ending itself.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Like, the ending was very, I don't know, fitting, because of how I said I think why she did those things to him is because she thought of it as a transaction, and then when he tried to lean in, like all the emotions hit her, and she got out of her transactional brain and like realized that she was feeling things and sadness and stuff.
Yeah. Do you think she'll ever continue, like, will she go back to that club?
I don't know.
I feel like it changed her in a way to where she won't.
Yeah. I mean, even though her best friend works there, like, it's not very a positive environment. And I feel like if she's with Igor, that, they'll figure something out. If she gets another gig or something. Okay, guys. Sorry for all this crumbling. I just poured in the parchment paper, and now we're pouring in.
Oh, this might need more water. Or, not water.
The cake.
Well, we'll see how it goes. You don't even need to clean the bowl. It just comes all out.
Man, the recipe didn't even call for milk, and we put quite a bit in. You can pour some on top.
I feel like this is gonna be so dense.
You know what we can do? We can put a piece of. You want to put like a piece of butter on top right now?
Yes, let's do that. I think that would help.
And there's also a frosting that goes with it, by the way. That's with powdered sugar and stuff.
Cheese frosting. Or, I don't know. I usually eat it with cream cheese frosting, but that's what's like on the cake. But this is, I guess, just regular icing. Yeah. I love carrot cake. Top 3.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A used to have like a carrot raisin salad.
Oh.
And because I used to go.
I thought you were gonna say carrot cake. I was like, when?
No, and it was really good. It was like probably with mayonnaise or whatever. But whenever I used to go to Chick-fil-A with my dad, we would get it, and it would be so good. And then they discontinued it.
Yeah.
It was very sad. But anyway, that's the movie. It was amazing. The plot, like, I don't know if we explained it very well and in like an emotional way, but I think you really have to experience the scenes to feel the emotions and whatever. But that's definitely my favorite movie that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was really good. Man. And like all the work that the actors put behind it is crazy. Did you know that movie's budget was $6 million? And that's not even a lot for like a movie.
Yeah.
That's like pretty small.
Imagine. Which is crazy because I like their filming style a lot.
Mm-hmm. And
Their perspectives and stuff.
even crazier. So you know how like movies get promoted?
Yeah.
They do like press for it.
Yeah. They didn't
They
really.
put it on the TV. I mean,
Like I don't remember if I saw anything.
I don't know, but they did some kind of. Man, I forgot what it was. I saw like this reel on Instagram about it, but somebody took $18 million of their own money or something, and like promoted it as an Oscar award-winning film. I don't know how they did that.
What do you mean they promote it in what way?
Like,
If they made an ad or something?
no, like,
Or they just
hold on, I need to look this up.
okay.
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anora. Oh my god, Anora. Promoting 15 mil as Oscar. Okay. Anora's 18 million Oscar campaign marketing budget explained.
Okay.
Da-da-da. Oh my god, scroll. Okay. It was an independent film produced by Neon, and it was made on a $6 million budget, right?
Yeah.
It's grossed over $40 million worldwide.
Woo!
They made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And every film has its own marketing, and that marketing has its own budget, right? Neon CEO. Neon is like the movie like company, like A24.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. So Neon.
Yeah.
The CEO of Neon told the outlet that $18 million was spent on Anora's marketing, distribution, and awards campaign, which of course is 3 times more than how it actually cost to make. And its campaigning strategies included a pop-up merch store selling t-shirts, dolls, and having sex workers attend the first screening instead of Oscar voters.
Dang.
Tom told Variety of the unique campaign, "We follow the beat of our own drum. The idea of pandering to the campaign as opposed to being who you are in the film is a big, stark difference. We never play to the campaign, we always play to the film, filmmaker, and audience in that order."
Dang.
However, several internet users have since speculated that Anora's large campaigning budget meant that its Oscars were bought. So people were thinking that the CEO spent $18 million for them to buy an Oscar, not like win it. And they were like, so an Oscar? So an Oscar? So they were like, so Oscars can be bought, not won.
But that's not true, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's true. But, like, I mean, some of these people have a point. Like, dang. This one person says, this leaves a very bad taste. It kind of defeats the narrative of a small budget film winning at the Oscars. I don't know.
But like, I doubt that the Oscar voters went to those sex shops where they had merch and whatever. Like, I don't know if they were influenced
I don't know either.
that much.
But other people are, like, on another side of it as well. They're saying that having a very large marketing and campaign budget is totally normal within Hollywood, even among independent films like Anora.
I mean, I saw very minimal marketing. I just wanted to watch it. I mean, I wanted to watch it when I initially saw the trailer a few months ago, just because it was about a Russian guy, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I saw that it won an Oscar, I was like, oh my god, I want to watch it. And I'm happy that I did.
Yeah. I was drawn to it too because of the Armenian actors that were cast in it.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Vachetan. Hold on.
Have you seen him before in anything?
He was in my like favorite Armenian comedy show growing up. I used to watch it. It's called Vitamin. He was really funny in that. He's like a comedic actor, which you can.
He was funny.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen him in anything else. Hold on. Vache Tovmasyan. I'm not saying his name right at all. But yeah. Very cool.
So we each had our own agenda going into the movie.
Yeah. But it was good. Oh, it was so good.
And I mean, even though I made the comment about how quiet it was after the movie, like, I felt fine not wanting to move. Like, I wanted to sit there, like, absorb.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to leave. Like, I feel like when you get up and leave a theater, you, like, leave the mindset or whatever, and I wanted to, like, sit in it a little bit more and, like, really, I don't know, think about it. And I really wanted to blab right then and there, but then I remember that we agreed to do the podcast, and I was like, okay, we can't say anything. But I wanted to explode. I was like, oh my god, what do you think of this? What do you think about that? Da 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 da.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. They need to make more movies like that.
Yeah.
Because it was like emotional, but then it was like stuff I wasn't expecting. Like, I was not expecting Anora to find someone else. I thought she was just gonna have like one interest. And then I was like, well, no, she couldn't get with someone after all this happened. She's still too in her head about Ivan. But they did it very subtly and in a way that I wasn't like upset about it.
Yeah. That's what movies are all about, man.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Yeah. Anyway, our carrot cake is in the oven. So that should be ready in 20-ish minutes. Do you have anything else to add about the movie?
I'm gonna see it again.
Yeah, I want to see it again to see if I notice things.
Yeah. I think this is one of the movies where you gotta watch it a second time.
Yeah. To focus on something different. But what do you think you missed?
I just wanna, I don't know, like, I wanna see more of the reactions on the, like, background characters. I want to rewatch the conversation between Igor and Annie again. Like that, the whole thing at the house, near the end. That was a good scene.
I mean, like, thinking about it now, I can definitely see. I did think Ivan was immature, like, at the beginning. Like, even the first time when they met, just that whole interaction was like, he seemed very innocent, but like playboy-y a little bit. And I guess we, along with Annie, were both fooled by his smile and his like.
But is that what that was? Like, I wonder what made Annie think, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this guy my number.
Yeah.
And even the thing, I don't want to say what she did, but she was like, I'm not usually allowed to do this, but I like you.
Yeah.
Like that thing. Like she barely met the guy for a few minutes and she already is doing stuff that she's not supposed to do with clients. I don't really understand that part either. Maybe it's just because he was younger and most of the guys that she has as clients are old. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what made her like, oh, this guy
Is different.
He's different.
Yeah.
No, sweetie.
Yeah. I mean, literally almost every time she went over to his house. So after their first interaction, he asked her if she works outside of the house or outside of the strip club. And so then she starts meeting him at his house. And almost every time, if not every time after they do something, he's playing video games like a little boy. And at first I thought she was kind of annoyed, and I think sometimes she might have been. That he was just sitting there, you know, yelling at his TV on his little game controller.
The way he was pressing those buttons, that was so fake. No gamer would press that many buttons.
Yeah. No, I saw him holding it, and he was using some weird fingers to press, like, I don't know. He was like...
Yeah, no. I saw someone make a comment about that, be like, someone did not teach him how to use a controller for video games, because that's not what, like, experienced gamers do, such as himself. He's supposed to, like, be playing these video games all the time, and he's just, like, slapping his hands all over the remote.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I also saw that she got, like, kind of annoyed with him. Especially, like, I feel like that was, like, what's that word? Not throwback, but, like, you're about to see it coming.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. That time where, like, they were already married and he was playing his little game or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just, like, kind of, like, sad looking on his chest.
Yeah.
I feel like that was foreshadowing what was about to happen.
Wasn't that when his phone was ringing?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't answer it?
Yeah.
And she was concerned that, like, why isn't he answering his phone? Like, answer it and then it will stop ringing. And he was just like, no, I don't want to. And then he looked at it and saw that it was his parents or something. But the whole point is that he didn't pick up. And that's when she found out that he didn't tell her parent, or he didn't tell his parent that they got married. Which is the start of it. Everything bad. Yeah. I want to see her in more things.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the actor who plays Yvonne. He seems very goofy and funny. And everywhere I see, he's always with the guy that plays Igor. So they must be friends or something. So that's cool.
Oh, in, like, real life?
Yeah. I'll show you some interviews after.
I wonder if he's, like, any of the Russian movies. I wonder how well known they. I don't know if they're well known in Russia.
Yeah, it's kind of like surprising. I don't know that like real Russian actors in an American movie right now, especially ones that sound like they have not been in America long, like who don't speak English very well. Anyway, I think that's all that we have for the episode, unless you have any last thoughts.
No. I just hope our carrot cake turns out well.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
We
try
will
it.
take a picture and post it in our episode release.
Anyway, we hope to film more and upload more.
Yes. We have ideas.
We have so many ideas and we're really trying our best. It's hard out here.
Yeah, school is very...
School...
Like, it's... excuse me. It sounds like it's not a big commitment to, like, take an hour out of the day to film, but there's, like, the right time, the right mindset, everything.
Yeah.
But we're trying, and we did this today, so that's a step forward. But we hope you enjoyed our crazy, chaotic review plus carrot cake adventure.
I think in the future we should do more of these like movie reviews
Okay.
with like big movies that are coming out
Yeah.
that we could talk a lot about.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
let this be our first one.
Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. It's the 2 a.m.
It's literally 2 a.m. Yay. But anyway, yeah, expect to hear from us soon. I hope y'all are watching our amazing stories. You know we've lived through some moments. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. Hopefully not super later.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening to us.
Yes, thank you. And see you soon. Okay, not in another month.
Toosh.
Toosh.
Toosh. Alright, bye.
Peace out.